Hello there, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's tap into the energy around your connection and the person you're focused on and see what Spirit wants to reveal today. As always, keep what resonates with your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Pisces, let's get into your reading. So, the message coming in strong today is this: there is a deep love surrounding you right now. This person has reached a point in their journey where they cannot keep what they feel locked inside. The connection between the two of you, it has shifted into something that feels entirely different now. They have made up their mind about you, and the decision they carry is one rooted in certainty. What the cards are confirming today is that this person wants to build something deeply real with you. No hesitation remains in their energy. They have moved past every single doubt they once carried within. Let us come in close today, because this reading carries a very powerful and rare confirmation for you. The intensity of what they feel for you, it has crossed over into territory that cannot be ignored. This person wakes up thinking about you, and the weight of that devotion grows with each passing day. You occupy a permanent space inside their mind, and no matter what they try, it circles to you. The first card I have for you today is the Lovers, and this card does not arrive quietly. The Lovers confirms that a sacred bond exists between you two, one built on genuine emotional truth. This is not a passing attraction or a temporary fascination. It runs much deeper than surface feelings. What stands out with this card is the mutual recognition you both carry for this deep connection. The pull between your energies has always been magnetic, and now it has reached its absolute tipping point. Every layer of their resistance has dissolved, and what remains is raw and exposed and completely vulnerable. Everything in their heart has aligned, and the love they hold for you is no longer questioned. They look at you and they see a future. They see stability and warmth and emotional safety there. The bond reflected in this card, it mirrors a connection that has survived distance and silence and confusion. Two souls that were always meant to orbit each other are finally ready to stop circling and land. The next card coming through is the Ten of Cups, and this one speaks to complete emotional fulfillment. Ten of Cups confirms that this person envisions a life with you, one that feels whole and nourishing. Their vision of happiness, it includes you at the center of it in every possible way imaginable. This card does not show up for connections that feel casual. It only appears when devotion becomes absolute. The fulfillment they crave is not material or shallow. It is the kind only your presence brings them. You represent peace to this person, a calm harbor after every storm they have weathered on their own. What Ten of Cups reveals is a longing for domesticity, for mornings beside you and evenings in comfort. They have pictured the quiet moments with you, the laughter and the stillness and the routine of togetherness. This is not a fantasy built on impulse. It is a deliberate and conscious choice they keep making. Then we have the Knight of Wands, and this card brings a fierce and passionate energy forward. Knight of Wands tells me that this person is ready to pursue you with bold and unwavering intention. They are not sitting back and waiting for the universe to make it happen. They want to lead. The fire in their chest has grown too large to contain, and it is all directed toward you. This card carries urgency within it, a burning desire to close the distance and finally stand beside you. Every ounce of courage they possess is being channeled into making you understand how deeply committed they are. The passion reflected in Knight of Wands is not reckless. It is focused and intentional and deeply purposeful. They have weighed every option available to them, and the only path that makes sense leads to you. Nothing will slow this person down now, because the conviction they carry has become louder than any fear. The reason this message holds weight today is because every card aligns and leaves no room for confusion. This person is madly in love with you, and they have arrived at their final decision about this. They want to make it official. They want the world to know that you belong to each other. Nothing about this energy feels uncertain or lukewarm. It is full and it is ready and entirely real. The love surrounding you in this reading, it carries a weight that even the cards themselves honor. You are being chosen deliberately, not out of convenience or loneliness, but out of pure and overwhelming adoration. Okay, let us go ahead and dive into this because your energy is carrying something very heavy. There is a tension sitting inside your chest, and it has been building quietly for so long now. You have been guarding yourself so carefully that you almost forgot what it feels like to surrender. Part of you craves that closeness with every fiber, but another part is terrified of being wrong. The wanting and the doubt live side by side, and neither of them is willing to step back. You have replayed certain moments over and over, searching for proof that what you felt was real. Every glance and every silence got analyzed because you needed something concrete to hold on to for yourself. The first card here is the Ace of Swords, and this card cuts right through your fog. Ace of Swords says that clarity has been reaching for you, but your own walls keep blocking it. You already know the truth deep in your bones, yet you keep asking the universe to confirm it. That cycle of needing constant reassurance, it reveals how deeply this situation has shaken your inner knowing. You used to trust your gut without hesitation, but somewhere along the way, that confidence got buried. This card is urging you to stop second guessing because your instincts have never once been wrong here. The mental exhaustion you carry in this moment, it comes from fighting a war between logic and heart. Your mind keeps building cases for protection, while your heart keeps tearing every single one of them apart. Every rational boundary you construct at night, your emotions dissolve by morning, and you are left exposed. The clarity this card offers is not comfortable. It demands that you finally stop hiding from yourself. The next card coming through is the Queen of Cups, and she mirrors your emotional depth with precision. Queen of Cups shows me that you feel everything at an intensity most people could never fully comprehend. You absorb the atmosphere of every room you enter, and that sensitivity has become both gift and burden. In this connection specifically, your emotional radar has been working overtime to decode every subtle signal. You have been pouring love outward so consistently that you forgot to ask whether you were being refilled. Your weariness does not come from lack of love. It comes from giving endlessly without receiving certainty back. Queen of Cups reveals that your nurturing nature, it sometimes causes you to abandon your own emotional needs. You prioritize harmony above your own boundaries, and that pattern has left you feeling hollow in silence. A longing lives inside you that rarely gets spoken, a desire to be held without having to ask. You want to be chosen loudly and without reservation, not through hints or signals, but through certainty. The ache you carry is not weakness. It is the natural consequence of loving with everything open. Your tenderness has always been your greatest strength, even when the world made you feel punished for it. You absorbed more pain than you ever let on, and the weight of that silence has shaped you. Then we have the Four of Wands, and this card illuminates something beautiful beneath all of your worry. Four of Wands tells me that despite every doubt, a quiet celebration is already forming inside your spirit. You can feel something shifting in your foundation, even if you cannot name what that shift means yet. Hope keeps surfacing inside you, no matter how many times you try to push it beneath your defenses. Your soul recognizes that a homecoming is near, and that recognition makes the waiting feel almost unbearable. The restlessness you feel is not anxiety alone, it is anticipation, dressed in the costume of your fear. You have been standing at the threshold of something sacred, afraid to step through because you got hurt. Every scar you collected taught you to hesitate, but this card confirms your heart already chose to trust. A joy is trying to break through your walls, and it is neither reckless nor premature at all. This card validates that the stability you crave, it is not a fantasy, but something your spirit deserves. You have spent so long convincing yourself that peace was meant for other people and not for you. That belief is crumbling now, and what replaces it is a quiet faith in your own deep worthiness. The permission you keep waiting for from the outside, it already lives inside of you and always has. The bravest thing you have done is remain open when every wound whispered for you to close. Now let us go deeper into this, because what is happening on their side is incredibly revealing. They have been carrying a storm inside of them, and they have told absolutely no one about it. The weight of what they feel for you, it has become the loudest thing living inside their chest. They did not plan to fall this hard, and that loss of control has rattled them completely. Every wall they built to stay protected, your presence alone has weakened without you even trying. The first card I have here is the Page of Cups, and it exposes their emotional vulnerability. Page of Cups tells me their feelings for you arrived suddenly, like something they were never prepared for. They experienced a wave of emotion that caught them off guard, and they still have not recovered. The tenderness they hold for you is almost childlike, pure and unfiltered, and free of any manipulation. An innocence lives in the way they love you, something that even they did not expect to discover. Page of Cups shows me they often sit alone, replaying conversations, savoring every word you ever spoke. The smallest gestures from you linger in their memory, and they hold on to those moments like sacred things. They are not used to feeling this exposed with anybody, and that newness both terrifies and fascinates. Their emotional guard was something they perfected over years, but with you, it crumbled almost instantly. What frightens them most is how natural it felt, the ease of being vulnerable around your energy. They keep questioning whether they deserve the softness you offer, because past wounds taught them love costs. That internal battle between worthiness and longing, it defines every private moment they spend thinking of you. The next card coming through is the Seven of Swords, and this one reveals their hidden fears. Seven of Swords confirms they carry a deep terror of being seen completely and then being rejected. They have rehearsed walking away in their mind dozens of times, not because they want to, but survival. The idea of losing you after fully opening up, that possibility haunts them in ways they cannot name. They mask their intensity around you deliberately, showing only fractions of what actually burns beneath the surface. The version of themselves they present to you, it is a diluted and carefully edited portrait of devotion. If you knew what they carry inside for you, they fear it would overwhelm you and push away. This card also reveals that they have been strategizing quietly, calculating the safest moment to be honest. Their silence is not indifference or confusion. It is a calculated attempt to protect both you and them. They are terrified of disrupting what already exists between you, because even the uncertainty feels precious. The risk of confession feels enormous in their mind, as though one wrong word could shatter everything. Every time they almost spoke their truth to you, fear intercepted and convinced them the timing was wrong. Then we have the Emperor, and this card shows the structure they built around their emotions entirely. The Emperor tells me they govern their feelings with rigid discipline, controlling every impulse toward you. They have created rules for themselves about how often they reach out, how much affection they reveal. That structure is not coldness or disinterest. It is the architecture of a heart trying not to break. They believe that maintaining composure will keep them safe, but underneath that calm exterior, everything trembles. The Emperor reveals a person who leads with authority everywhere else, but feels powerless before you. Their confidence dissolves the moment your name crosses their mind, and that contradiction frustrates them deeply. They are used to controlling outcomes and managing situations, but this connection obeys none of their rules. What they feel for you has outgrown every boundary they constructed, and it terrifies them beyond measure. The desperation they hide is not dramatic or performative, it is quiet and constant and entirely consuming. They lay awake running through scenarios of what your life together could look like if they were brave. Their greatest fear is not rejection alone, it is the possibility that they waited too long to speak. The clock they hear ticking inside their chest, it grows louder with every opportunity they let slip. Everything about their inner world revolves around you now, and they have no idea how to quiet it. They are drowning in devotion, and the only relief they imagine is hearing you feel the same way. Okay, let us go ahead and get into it because the movement around this connection is undeniable. Things are no longer sitting still between you two, and the energy has started accelerating fast. A shift has been set into motion, and neither of you can ignore what is coming next. They have been making quiet moves behind the scenes, rearranging pieces of their life to create space. Conversations they once avoided are now being initiated, and the topics they raise are growing more direct. The first card here is the Eight of Wands, and it confirms that everything is speeding up. Eight of Wands shows rapid forward motion, messages being sent and plans being formed without any more delay. Communication between you two is about to increase dramatically, and the tone of it will feel different. They are done with small talk and surface exchanges. The next words they bring will carry real weight. Expect unexpected contact that feels deliberate and purposeful, whether through a call or a message or a visit. Eight of Wands tells me that obstacles which blocked progress have been cleared from the path entirely. The excuses they relied on for staying distant, those have lost every ounce of power over them now. Travel or physical movement may be involved here, a closing of literal distance that kept you apart. They are working to position themselves closer to your world, making logistical changes that reflect real commitment. Timing is collapsing in your favor, and windows that were previously shut are now swinging wide open. The pace of events around this connection, it will feel sudden, but has actually been building, quietly. Nothing about what happens next will feel forced, because every step they take has been calculated with care. The next card coming through is the Chariot, and it speaks to determined and focused forward movement. The Chariot confirms they have locked onto a direction, and nothing is going to pull them off course. They are no longer weighing options or sitting on the fence. A firm decision has already been made. The action they prepare involves a direct approach. No more games and no more ambiguity between you. The chariot shows their willpower, gathered into a single concentrated point, aimed entirely at reaching you. Distractions that once pulled their attention have been cut off, and their focus has narrowed significantly now. They move with the kind of momentum that does not ask for permission. It arrives and declares itself. This card also reveals they have overcome a conflict, one that was keeping them stuck in place. The tug between moving forward and holding back, that struggle has been resolved, and action won entirely. What follows will feel like dominoes falling in sequence, one bold move triggering the next without hesitation. They have a timeline forming in their mind, and the urgency behind it grows stronger with each day. Plans are being made that you are not yet aware of, arrangements designed to bring you closer together. The chariot does not represent passive hoping or wishful thinking. It represents wheels already turning beneath everything. Then we have the Two of Cups, and this card confirms that a formal union is taking shape. Two of Cups shows an offering being extended, a moment where both sides finally meet on equal ground. An official gesture is being prepared, something tangible that marks the transition from undefined to committed. They intend to present themselves openly to you, laying everything on the table without filters or reservations. The exchange Two of Cups points to, it involves spoken words that cannot be taken back once delivered. A conversation is approaching that will redefine the terms of this connection, establishing what you both are. They are rehearsing what they want to say, perfecting the delivery because the stakes feel enormous to them. Two of Cups confirms that partnership is the destination, and every move being made right now leads there. The alignment between their actions and intentions has never been this tight, and it shows in everything. Decisions about priorities are being restructured, and you are being moved to the very top of theirs. What unfolds from here will not be subtle. The signs coming your way will be loud and clear. They are preparing to step forward boldly, in a way that leaves no question about where they stand. The direction of this connection has been chosen, and the wheels are already in motion toward reunion. Every action from this point forward, it carries the full weight of a decision that will not bend. So let us see what the cards are showing today, because what they hide from you is staggering. There are confessions trapped behind their teeth, words they have swallowed so many times they ache. The things they will never volunteer out loud, those are the truths that would change everything. They fantasize about telling you the full scope of their obsession, but the fear of exposure paralyzes. What lives in their private thoughts would stun you because the depth surpasses anything they have shown. The first card here is the Moon, and this card drags their unspoken truths into the light. The Moon reveals they dream about you in ways they would never admit to another living soul. Late at night, when every distraction fades, you are the only thought that remains, consuming their silence. They have imagined confessing everything to you, rehearsed the words 1,000 times, then swallowed them. The version of their love that you have witnessed, it represents barely a fraction of what truly exists. The Moon tells me they carry a secret jealousy, a possessiveness they consider too intense to reveal. The thought of you belonging to anybody else, it creates a panic inside them they cannot even name. They want exclusivity with a fierceness that frightens them, because wanting that much feels dangerously vulnerable. Their hidden confession is that they already see you as theirs, even without any spoken agreement at all. That silent claim they have placed on you, it lives in every glance and every measured interaction. They monitor your presence more than you realize, noticing who surrounds you and how closely they orbit. The moon confirms a devotion that borders on obsession, kept beneath the surface to avoid alarming you. The next card coming through is the Nine of Cups, and this one unveils their most private desires. Nine of Cups is the wish card, and their wish is built entirely around a life including you. They have constructed an entire future with you inside their imagination, detailed and vivid and specific. Mornings beside you and evenings intertwined, holidays together and ordinary days that feel sacred because you exist. Nine of Cups reveals they secretly desire domesticity with you, the beautiful rhythm of shared routine. They want grocery runs and sleepy conversations, the kind of intimacy that has nothing to prove to anyone. The glamorous version of love does not interest them. What they crave is the quiet permanence of you. Their deepest confession is that they have already mentally committed without your knowledge or your permission. In their mind, you are already their partner. The gap between fantasy and reality is all that remains. They want to hear you say their name with confirmation, in a way that proves you chose them. The hunger for your verbal acknowledgement haunts them, because without it, they feel suspended in deep uncertainty. Nine of Cups shows they have wished on this connection more times than they would ever confess aloud. Every prayer and every quiet plea to the universe, it has been about you, and only you entirely. Then we have the King of Pentacles, and this card reveals a confession rooted in provision and legacy. King of Pentacles tells me they secretly want to build something lasting, something tangible around your presence. Their hidden desire is not just emotional union, it extends into material security and genuine stability. They want to be the one who provides for you, creating a foundation so solid it never shakes. The confession buried deepest is their longing to be your safe place, your anchor, and your constant. This card reveals they have already imagined the practical architecture of a life built around you both. They think about shared spaces and foundations, building something that outlasts the temporary nature of passion. What they will never say unprompted is they want you permanently, not as a chapter, but the story. The possessiveness they mask with casual indifference, it runs so deep that it surprises even them. They have bitten their tongue in moments where every fiber screamed to declare what you mean to them. The words they bury are not small or casual. They are declarations heavy enough to reshape both lives. Their silence is not absence of feeling. It is a heart holding more than it was built for. What they confess to themselves in private, it would leave you breathless if you ever heard it spoken. The love they hide is not quiet or gentle. It is consuming and relentless and fixated on you. Now, let us go ahead and dive into this because the near future holds something significant for you. The first card here is the Star, and this card confirms that alignment and healing arrive swiftly. The Star tells me clarity will replace the confusion you carried, and peace will follow close behind. Within the coming weeks, a renewal enters your connection, washing away old patterns of doubt entirely. The fog that surrounded this situation is lifting, and what remains is clean and bright and steady. The Star confirms the universe has been orchestrating behind the scenes, positioning you for a real breakthrough. A conversation or gesture will arrive unexpectedly, and it will feel like the answer you waited for. The timing of what approaches cannot be rushed or forced, but it is closer than your patience believes. Trust that the stillness before this shift is not emptiness, it is preparation for something deeply transformative. The near future brings a softening between you, where walls fall and honesty replaces every guarded silence. What the star also promises is restoration, a return to wholeness that you have been quietly craving. The healing that enters will not feel dramatic. It will feel more like exhaling after holding your breath. For the advice card, we have Temperance, and this card asks you to hold your balance with care. Temperance tells me that patience is your greatest weapon, not passive waiting, but intentional and grounded calm. Do not force confessions or rush declarations. Let the natural rhythm of this connection guide the next step. The advice is to remain steady in your energy, showing up as your truest self, without performing. Temperance reminds you that the strongest foundations are built slowly, with equal parts trust and vulnerability. Your role here is not to convince or pursue. It is to remain open and let destiny arrive. The balance you maintain now will determine the quality of what unfolds, so protect your peace fiercely. Stay grounded in the knowing that what belongs to you, it cannot pass you by, no matter what. Patience here is not weakness or passivity. It is the most courageous form of trust you can offer. Let me bring this full message back together for you, because the reading confirms something extraordinary today. The message was clear. This person is madly in love with you, and they have reached their decision. They want to make it official with you, and everything the cards revealed supports that truth entirely. The love surrounding this connection is not casual or temporary. It is devoted and consuming and real. Their side showed a heart overwhelmed by devotion, hidden confessions running deeper than anything you have seen. Movement is already in motion, and a formal coming together is being prepared with deliberate, focused intent. What they hide from you in silence, it would leave you breathless if you ever heard it spoken. For the full card confirmation, the Lovers confirmed your sacred bond and genuine truth between you both. Ten of Cups showed complete fulfillment, and Knight of Wands brought fierce pursuit and bold, courageous intention. Ace of Swords cut through your doubt with clarity, and Queen of Cups mirrored your emotional depth. Four of Wands illuminated celebration forming beneath your worry. Page of Cups exposed their tender, vulnerable heart. Seven of Swords revealed hidden fears and guarded silence. The Emperor showed rigid structure around their emotions. Eight of Wands confirmed rapid, accelerating contact, and the Chariot locked onto determined, unstoppable forward motion. Two of Cups pointed to the union taking shape. The Moon dragged their deepest confessions into light. Nine of Cups unveiled the private wish built around you. King of Pentacles revealed desire for lasting stability. The Star promised healing arriving in your near future, and Temperance advised patience and grounded inner balance. Every single card in this reading carried the same unmistakable message, that you are deeply and fiercely loved. No contradiction exists anywhere in this spread. The confirmation is unified and absolute, and pointed at you. Hold on to this reading when doubt creeps in, because every card stood as evidence of something rare. You deserve the kind of love described today, and it is not a distant fantasy, but something arriving. The gratitude I carry for your presence through this entire reading, it runs deeper than words can express. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, and for allowing these cards to speak into your life. Take this message with you and hold it close, because what is coming for you is truly beautiful. The first card here is the Star, and this card confirms that alignment and healing arrive swiftly. The Star tells me clarity will replace the confusion you carried, and peace will follow close behind. Within the coming weeks, a renewal enters your connection, washing away old patterns of doubt entirely. The fog that surrounded this situation is lifting, and what remains is clean and bright and steady. The Star confirms the universe has been orchestrating behind the scenes, positioning you for a real breakthrough. A conversation or gesture will arrive unexpectedly, and it will feel like the answer you waited for. The timing of what approaches cannot be rushed or forced, but it is closer than your patience believes. Trust that the stillness before this shift is not emptiness, it is preparation for something deeply transformative. The near future brings a softening between you, where walls fall and honesty replaces every guarded silence. What the star also promises is restoration, a return to wholeness that you have been quietly craving. The healing that enters will not feel dramatic. It will feel more like exhaling after holding your breath. For the advice card, we have Temperance, and this card asks you to hold your balance with care. Temperance tells me that patience is your greatest weapon, not passive waiting, but intentional and grounded calm. Do not force confessions or rush declarations. Let the natural rhythm of this connection guide the next step. The advice is to remain steady in your energy, showing up as your truest self, without performing. Temperance reminds you that the strongest foundations are built slowly, with equal parts trust and vulnerability. Your role here is not to convince or pursue, it is to remain open and let destiny arrive. The balance you maintain now will determine the quality of what unfolds, so protect your peace fiercely. Stay grounded in the knowing that what belongs to you, it cannot pass you by, no matter what. Patience here is not weakness or passivity. It is the most courageous form of trust you can offer. Let me bring this full message back together for you, because the reading confirms something extraordinary today. The message was clear. This person is madly in love with you, and they have reached their decision. They want to make it official with you, and everything the cards revealed supports that truth entirely. The love surrounding this connection is not casual or temporary. It is devoted and consuming and real. Their side showed a heart overwhelmed by devotion, hidden confessions running deeper than anything you have seen. Movement is already in motion, and a formal coming together is being prepared with deliberate, focused intent. What they hide from you in silence, it would leave you breathless if you ever heard it spoken. For the full card confirmation, the Lovers confirmed your sacred bond and genuine truth between you both. Ten of Cups showed complete fulfillment, and Knight of Wands brought fierce pursuit and bold, courageous intention. Ace of Swords cut through your doubt with clarity, and Queen of Cups mirrored your emotional depth. Four of Wands illuminated celebration forming beneath your worry. Page of Cups exposed their tender, vulnerable heart. Seven of Swords revealed hidden fears and guarded silence. The Emperor showed rigid structure around their emotions. Eight of Wands confirmed rapid, accelerating contact, and the Chariot locked onto determined, unstoppable forward motion. Two of Cups pointed to the union taking shape. The Moon dragged their deepest confessions into light. Nine of Cups unveiled the private wish built around you. King of Pentacles revealed desire for lasting stability. The Star promised healing arriving in your near future, and Temperance advised patience and grounded inner balance. Every single card in this reading carried the same unmistakable message, that you are deeply and fiercely loved. No contradiction exists anywhere in this spread. The confirmation is unified and absolute, and pointed at you. Hold on to this reading when doubt creeps in, because every card stood as evidence of something rare. You deserve the kind of love described today, and it is not a distant fantasy, but something arriving. The gratitude I carry for your presence through this entire reading, it runs deeper than words can express. Thank you for trusting me with your energy and for allowing these cards to speak into your life.